Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta and my guest this week, well, take your pick. You can call him the most lovable lech on Hindi cinema in a long time or the most convincing rogue. But in fact, if you know Manoj Bajpai and if you've been watching him, you will say most convincing in any role that's given to you.
That's better actually. That's one for an actor, yes, I mean, lovable Lech, as you said very rightly. Our whole effort was to make him look lovable because he was the person who was carrying the whole thought
If I may explain this is the sequence in Gangs of Wasseypur,
right,
where you see this Bengali maid,
right,
Emma Sen, washing clothes,
right,
hand pump,
right,
and you're just trying to be polite with her.
Right. And the whole thing was to make people laugh, so that they love me,
Right.
and not to make him, make the audience detest him or hate him.
That's why I said lovable rogue.
Lovable rogue, that's the best compliment, and we've just given a kind of a
Lovable
compliment.
lech.
Yeah, lovable lech, yes. And during the entire shoot, that was my effort, to make him be loved by the audience, because he's the guy who's the protagonist. Yes, he's not a very conventional protagonist, but he's the guy who vowed to take revenge, and he's the guy who is in the center of the story. So
I mean, he's a very bad guy.
He's a bad guy. There's nothing good about him.
Who people feel sorry for in the end.
In the end, yes.
He's a bad guy who starts the blood feud by stealing.
Yes, he does.
Whose father starts the blood feud by stealing, and he can continue.
But his father was much more a nicer person. He fought for the right thing.
Right.
But this guy fights for, when he fights for anything, we really don't have any logic for it. Sometimes he's looking at this Bengali maid's back and he's leching at her. At the same time, he goes out to kill those guys who are molesting a girl in the colony. So, so his mind is warped.
Right.
When he's going to do what is something is completely illogical based on no reasoning at all. So he's kind of a guy who exists in our society. Not everybody who thinks of taking revenge is Amitabh Bachchan, So this guy is completely opposite to everything that a hero is defined with.
You see, you got me interested when you say everybody who's trying to take revenge is not Amitabh Bachchan.
Right.
It's a point that is often made,
Right.
that say Amitabh Bachchan is always Amitabh Bachchan.
Yeah.
In whatever role he plays. People say Amitabh Bachchan ने आज इतने लोगों को मारा.
जी.
Amitabh Bachchan ने आज ये रोमांस किया. Amitabh Bachchan ने आज बच्चे का रोल किया. But in the new cinema, say in your case, you are Biko Matre after the film,
Right.
or you are Sardar Khan,
Right.
or you are Special Chabis. I have not seen the film.
Yeah, Wasim Khan.
Wasim Khan. So
Right.
people remember Wasim Khan. They don't remember Manoj Bajpai.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
No, I mean, one thing has been very clear to me, since
People take home the character.
Yeah, but because I didn't have any other choice but to be character. Because since my childhood, I realized that I don't have the charisma of Mr. Bachchan. I can't just stand.
Nobody does.
I know. I can't just stand there in front of the camera and make thousands of them go mad.
Or like Rajesh Khanna, repeat the same mannerism in every role.
No, but those guys were doing something very, very different with their personality. And since my childhood, what I have realized is that I am not somebody who people look at. I still remember Shah Rukh. Shah Rukh was in Barry Jones Theatre Group. I still remember him being.
Are you about contemporaries?
About contemporaries. I mean, I remember him being surrounded by all the fellow.
He was what? Kirodimal?
He was in Kirodimal, and I was in Ramjas. Yes, and we were
in Delhi.
Yeah, and we were with Barry at the same time. He was there for 1.5 to 2 years. I stayed with Barry for a long time. But what I have realized that these stars are, you don't have to really work on being a star. You are either born with it or you are not born with it.
They have star quality.
He had struggle. He was quite charming.
So even then he was noticed.
Even then he was noticed. And here was me, who was, even though sometime I was in the front, I had to make really, I had to make an effort to be.
Did you know each other then?
Yes.
And did you bring that acquaintanceship to Bombay?
We know each other. We know each other. It's not that we meet quite often, but yes, we know each other. Yes, but we were not best of friends.
But you were quite a theatre gang in Delhi that came to Bombay.
That was a different gang altogether. That was a gang from Mandi House. Piyush Mishra, or Saurabh Shukla. Though I didn't know Anurag that well, but Anurag Kashyap at that point, Imtiaz Ali, and entire cast of Bandit Queens shifted to Bombay. And I still remember taking a room on rent where Saurabh Shukla was sharing the room with me, and suddenly there was seven, eight of the Delhi theatre walas staying with me in that small room. So that's how it
Bandit
was.
Queen was the break for all of you.
Yes.
Shekhar Kapoor found you.
Yeah, Shekhar Kapoor found us.